Good morning, YouTube. Welcome back to my series on my quest to my journey, rather, to. Let's see, it's pretty dark out. 7:15, 7:18 this morning, here at Squires Lake again. I'm gonna get up before the sun rises and see if we can get the sunrise here at Squires Lake. So I'm gonna head up the hill now and get up there before this sun gets up. This is part of my series on my journey to 4,000 watch hours. I'm about 40 hours in right now. After a week worth of posting, slacked off a little yesterday with just one posting, but I'm up early. Gonna get another posting up in the hike series. I think I have 4 hikes on there right now, so you can go on and check those out. Without further ado, let's get out on this trail and see how things look here at Squires Lake. Got my gloves ready. There's a little rain coming down. Make sure everything's locked up. We got one car out here this morning that I see, but we're gonna get up that trail before this sun rises. It's supposed to be up at 7:45 according to the internet. So I think we got plenty of time to get up to that main lookout area. So as you can see, there's the Squires Lake sign. Get these gloves on. Get up the trail. You might be able to hear that. There's a little rain coming down. So this is being recorded with my new little Sony XV1, I think it's called. Get my gloves on. So there's the one car that's up here. I'm kind of idling. So it's just me and them so far. It's gonna be a lot of dark footage, it looks like, until we get up there. I'll try not to trip over these roots. You guys won't have much to look at until that sun comes up. Looks like it's pretty dark and gloomy in this lens. I mean, I can still see the trail a little bit, but I gotta be a little careful because it is wet. Strained my calf a little running the other day, so I'm gonna stick with walking this trail this morning. Last time I put a little run into it, and it was a little more bumpy than I'd like the footage to be for you guys. Starting to lighten up, it looks like, a little bit. I think it said 7:18 when we left the car. And this initial hike is about half a mile up, so we should get up there before the sun rises. Like I said before, this is a part of the series I'm doing to get to 4,000 hours and 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. think I got 7 new subscribers this week, and I'm approaching that 40-hour mark of watch time. So we got a long ways to go to get to 4,000, but it's a good start. And it's pretty exciting. See that some folks are watching. So thank you for watching. Once I get to those 4,000 hours, then I can monetize the channel, chase some of that AdSense money. I got a couple ideas about content to shoot once I can start getting more views. Build a little bit of an audience on there. I don't know, there's different theories about how to go about doing that. I think right now we're on the, just press play, press record, post things up. Doesn't have to be perfect, obviously. I'm just giving it to you straight out of the camera. I might be stumbling over my words because it is pretty early in the morning. Get some exercise in, maybe my brain will start working a little bit better. Here we go, that trail's starting to lighten up a little. 7:45, it's supposed to come up, the sun will be out here, so when you can look up, you can see the world's starting to come alive. 7:45, it's all gonna begin. So thanks for watching. Let's get up to this lake and see what kind of view we have this early in the morning. Give you guys a look at it the other day. It's part of my hiking series. I did Squires Lake to start out with. Then I did Lake Padden. I did a little art walk. I guess that can be considered a hike over at Waypoint Park in Bellingham. Beautiful art wall. Did a little series on that. Showed off all that great art. Did a little hike at Whatcom Falls the other day. So those are all up on my channel if you want to see more hikes. But right now we're kind of focused on getting up to the second series of in my hike up Squires Lake. So first one was a success, I guess. Sprinted around there and before it got dark. This one we're going to take a little bit more time to get up here and give you guys a look at what it looks like early in the morning. There's nobody out here on the trail. It's a lot different than Whatcom Falls the other day where there was tons of people on the trail. I mean, the solitude is a lot nicer, I think. What I prefer, but I don't know what you guys think. Something nice about just you and nature instead of you and everybody else around you with nature. You can hear that water starting to flow. So we're getting close now. Around this corner, I think, is where we'll be able to get our first peek at Squires Lake. Got runoff from the lake. You can hear that. I'll get you guys a shot of that real quick here. That water's flowing good too. I guess all this rain, it's gotta go somewhere. Alright. Take a look at my phone and see what time it is once we get up here. I think we're pretty close to that 7:45 sunrise. We made it up here just in time, I think. There's that runoff, there's the little bridge. I don't know, let me know how you think this sunny is looking. There it is. We got some decent light on it already. So it's looking pretty sharp there in that sunny. It's performing pretty decent. Let's get a little look at the whole thing here for you. Look at that. Nice and calm. A little fog in the background there. Beautiful. Yeah, that's what happens. You get up early, you get a nice shot like that. Look at that little mountain in the background with the trees. Well, thank everybody for watching. Hopefully you enjoy some of this footage. All the way up those treetops. Nice bright sky. There's that little bench over there. Still have these logs sitting here in the foreground. Looks like they cleared these out the other day. I noticed them. Stacked them all up here nice and neat. You can see that rain kind of hitting the water there. Let me see if I can get a little close up and give you guys a good look at that. It's coming down a little bit. I don't know if those are just the natural ripples on the water or if that's actually little raindrops. Let me know what you think. Might just be the ripples on the water. It's not really coming down that hard that it will show up on camera, but there's a few raindrops out here. I'm not really sure how much footage to give you of the lake before we head around. That's right, I was going to look at my phone to see what time it is. So you can see it's 7:30 right now. The sunrise was supposed to be at 7:45. Not sure if I'm going to stick around for another 15 minutes at this point. We might head around to the other side to get a different look at it. I think we can make it to that other side and get a different view as the sun comes up. I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to head on this trail. Let's get a look at the sign here. Welcome to Squires Lake Park. I think that's a little beaver on that sign there. Might be part of who chewed up all these logs, I don't know. Never seen any beavers out here, but maybe there's some out here. So I think we got enough sunlight up that we're gonna be able to venture onto this park, onto this trail safely, and get around to the other viewing point. Give you guys another look at it. Here's a look at where we came from, down that way. This is the strained calf muscle. That's the one right there. I was feeling it a little this morning, but we'll get him loosened up. It's always my right leg. I don't know if you guys had that similar problem, but I think you sit at a computer long enough, your right side starts to get a little tensed up. You gotta stretch out every morning and get things working again. I mean, it's not enough to prevent me from getting out here and exercising, getting around this lake, but it's just a little annoyance, you know, when your body starts to talk back to you a little. It's over 40 problems. All you young viewers have something to look forward to. Don't take it for granted, your health. You gotta work on it. Here's a little log that went down, it looks like. I just missed that big one. Just missed that big tree. Landed just perfectly. Yeah. So there's some big ones that are going down up here. Hopefully none of them fall in front of us. I always think about Sasquatch when I'm on these hikes, and especially this hike. because there's not many people up here, you know. If I catch a shot of the Sasquatch, it'll make me famous. You know, they say that the baby Sasquatch, you know, they don't know any better. They don't know to hide from humans, so they're the ones that are often spotted on camera. I don't know if you guys believe in all that Sasquatch, but it's kind of fun to let your mind escape to new species out there. You look online, you see some of the videos and documentaries on it, you know. Everybody's got their take on it. There's little videos of baby Sasquatches, you know, caught sneaking a peek at the cameraman. And they look pretty real, you know, but what people can do with Photoshop these days, you never know. All the grown Sasquatch sightings kind of look doctored to me, but some of those baby Sasquatch photos online are pretty convincing. Especially with the storyline that, you know, that they don't know any better to hide from us, you know. They haven't developed those skills to keep away from humans. I don't know, let me know in the comments if you guys believe. You believe in Sasquatch? You think those little squatches are out here amongst us in the woods hiding? Let's see if we can spot one. I mean, do they make any noise? I don't know. Apparently they have a very distinct smell, body odor, that some of the documentaries talk about, that you'll smell them before you see them. So, I mean, keep your nostrils ready. I'm not smelling much out here. Just fresh air. Yeah, I think if I smelled something like that, a smell hits my nose, I'd probably hike the other way. I wouldn't hike toward a horrible body odor smell, but maybe if you knew there was a Sasquatch at the end of the smell, you might head that way, but, you know, human nature tends to run away from that type of smell. Look at this big cluster of trees here. Got a big one and a whole bunch just branching off. Man. Shooting up toward the sky. Beautiful silhouette. The camera doesn't really pick up a lot of the detail once you shoot up into the more bright sky. It just turns it into a silhouette, so I might have to explore some different settings. I know this Sony has a lot of different things it can do, but we're just shooting on the basic auto movie mode right now. You can shoot panoramics with it. It's got a photo option. You know, I'm just looking to get some video, get it out to the people, make my way towards that 4,000 hours of watch time. You know, I'm at about 40 this week after just a week of posting. So, you know, it's promising. It's going to take me a while to get to 4,000, but, you know, the journey's begun. Just keep posting, press record, maybe try some different content this week. Get some fresh eyes in some different genres, some different niches online. We got these hikes going. I was thinking of doing some videos on UFC. I'm a big UFC fan. Predicted the fights the other day. I think I got 4 out of 5 of the main card right. So that was pretty cool. You know, there's a whole niche that's into watching UFC content, so tap into that niche. I might get a few new subscribers. You know, I've already got quite a bit of knowledge on fighters and that whole ranking system and who's where and who's doing what. So I can speak semi-intelligently up on that stuff. Probably enough to make some content and get some new views. Here's that tree I really love. I call it the Medusa tree. It's got all these branches sticking out all mossy. Let's take a second and take a look at it. See how it looks out. See how it looks this morning. Look at all those branches all mossed up. Just shooting out, reaching for sunlight. That's cool. Make them YouTube famous. Let me know what you think of that tree. What do you think we should call it? The Medusa tree? Does somebody have a better name? Put it in the comments. I want to hear from you guys. I haven't gotten any comments yet, so join the Discord. Let's get to talking a little as we head towards that 4,000 hours. All right, we're gonna take this downhill. Get around to the other side of the lake here. I think that sun is just about up now. It should be around 7:45. We'll do a little time check once we get down here. Give you guys a look at the lake on the other side. Someone needs to trim this branch. I mean, it's right in the way. You run right into it. I have to come out here with my hatchet next time. Do a little maintenance on this trail. Trail is a little muddy. It's not as nice as those Whatcom Falls and Lake Patton trails. You know, they're not out here putting fresh gravel every year. But it's doable. You know, there's nothing really preventing you from walking around it. It's just a little rougher than the rest, you know. It's not, probably doesn't get the funding for maintenance that the others do, the bigger parks. But I mean, it's out here, it's getting walked. I'm doing it. Something nice about a rugged trail versus the nice manicured ones. Alright, here's the turnoff that we got to decide. Do we want to go up to Beaver Pond? Or do we want to continue on Squires Lake Loop? We're going to go Squires Lake Loop. We're gonna take the slow road. The short road, rather. Well, not slow. We're going to take it slow today. I'm not going to jump you around too much. I think I need to get something that makes the footage a little more smooth, you know, one of those. I'm just doing handheld right now. I pick up what do they call it, a gimbal? Dongle? Gimbal? Yeah, I think it's a gimbal. I was looking online, those things run about $500 though, so I have to pick up a used one. There we go, we're getting a nice little trickle through the culvert here. Showed this in my last video. Nice flow of water. This is where you look up and you see that baby squatch. Where's he at? Come on, Squatch, where are you? YouTube wants to see you. Where are you at? I hear the birds. See you talking to them, they talk back. I don't know if you guys can hear that. They are listening. They are listening, they know I'm out here. Funny, as you approach, you do hear the birds chirping, you know, you take it for granted, but they're talking to each other, they're letting folks know. This guy's showing up with the camera. Watch out for him. There's Beaver Pond. We're not going to Beaver Pond, we're going to stay on this trail. No horses. So we don't have to watch out for horses. This trail would be a little tough on horses, it's pretty narrow. This is that little opening I showed last time with that little creek running through it. And a nice gentle trickle. Let's check that out a little closer. See if you guys will look at that. Took some photos of these little water. A nice gentle trickle through here. Just enough. Let's see. Let's take my gloves off and zoom in on that a little bit. Give you guys a look at that. It's fresh. Makes me thirsty. I'll get a drink of water when I get back to the car, but so far I'm working on coffee. 2 cups of coffee this morning. Just enough to get me going out the door and up on this hike. Alright, where was this trail? Oh, here it goes. I'm gonna get stuck in here. Back to the main trail. Trying to get you guys another look at this lake before we had to head back down. It's a good thing to get up early and get some content online. Try to make this a big day of content for YouTube. Put up a bunch of videos for you guys to scope out. See if I can't get a little boost in view time. I'm pretty happy with 40 hours in my first week. I've been working hard to get some content up there, putting up my stuff about my eBay store, putting up stuff about my hikes, some stuff on the analytics breakdown. Ooh, here's a big puddle. How are we gonna get around this one? Look at that nice reflection. Drip, 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 drip. So we could go this way, or we could go that way. That way is a little muddy. I think this way is the way to go. Let's see. Oop, yep, we made it. Alright, back in business. Hopefully you guys enjoy some of these nature walks. I'm having a good time doing them. Gives you an excuse to get out of the office. Let's take a little step down these steps to the lake. This is the other side of the lake. So we're about 3/4 of the way around it. These steps are a little treacherous, so you gotta be careful. This is where I got spooked by a bird when I came down here last time. So I'm gonna go slow just in case he's lurking. Almost fooled me once. You're not gonna fool me again. That reminds me of that George Bush thing. You can hear them, they're chirping. Got that nice log laid out. Wildlife tends to hang out on that log quite a bit. Once things warm up, you'll probably see some stuff out there. It's pretty chilly up here. Got my gloves on. Let's give you a look at these treetops. We'll start over here with this big tree, work our way around. There's a nice fog at the top of these treetops. You can see it pretty nice in the camera. You can see my breath out here, it's that cold. On down to the waterfront. I like the audio in this camera. It picks up the sounds of nature pretty well. Let me know what you guys think. I was thinking about doing a video on ASMR. See if this little Sony can pick up audio that well with its little built-in microphone setup. I'm just shooting this with the basic built-in mic setup and talking right into it. It's got a little cover to protect it from any wind. Little wind cover comes with the camera. Got that thing on in case it starts blowing a little. But yeah, it sounds pretty clear in the playback to me. Let me know what you guys think. You know, is it worth investing in a a different mic, put a little Rode mic on it, or am I good to go with the internal mic as is? I think eventually I'll have to upgrade cameras down the line and go with something bigger, better. You can switch out lenses and all that stuff. But this is a good little starter camera. Get me started. I think it'll get me to that 4,000 hours I'm trying to get to. It's nice and small, fits in your pocket. I mean, I'm talking it up pretty good for Sony. I mean, the only bad thing is the battery only lasts about an hour, so you gotta pick up some extra batteries. And the batteries are quite expensive. I think they want $50 for a battery, which is pretty ridiculous. But I mean, there might be some other options. You could go online and buy a Chinese version or whatnot. There's something to be said for getting the actual Sony backup battery, though. The Sony ones usually play better than the Chinese knockoffs. They last longer and just are better quality battery from what I've noticed. So this is the dangerous rock. There's a little way around it here, but you gotta watch out for that. If you're going quick, that could be a slip and fall easy. There's a few little treacherous areas in this hike, but you do it a few times, you notice them. Look out for them. It's another big puddle. We'll get around it though. There's a little window here to peek out on the lake. Give you a little look-see. Yeah, that sun is up now. Look at it's lighting up that lake pretty nice. There's a little bench there. You can just sit there and enjoy the view. We're gonna skip that bench this time. I walked down there last time. Wasn't that impressed with the view. Here's another big rock. So they got a few little boulders built into this trail system. Here's the little bridge crossing, so we're making our way. We're gonna get to it. Click clock, click clock. Here's the little benches and a little bit about the history and changing landscape of Squires Lake. This is a nice spot. You can get a good view of the whole lake here. Give you a look-see. You can see my breath if I breathe out. You see that? That's pretty cool. Yeah, it's cold enough out here that you can see your breath, so. Still warming up this morning. They have 2 benches at this little lookout area, so you can come out here with the crew, have a little picnic, get a good look at the lake. This is right by between the two bridges here. There's a little bridge and this larger bridge. What's fun here in the springtime, you look off of this bridge here, and you can see the little frogs down there. You can see their little breathing bubbles come up. Sometimes it's fun to just sit here and wait for them to come up to the top. Yeah, they're probably staying warm right now, though. It's awfully cold out here. That's a nice shot right there. I'm waiting to say something wrong and have my comments correct me. I've yet to hear from any of you. You know, if I speak stupid about frogs or something, I'm sure I don't know everything about everything. I figure if I talk about Sasquatches, people will say something, because that's kind of a controversial subject. We got the Sasquatch, the Loch Ness. That's another thing. Do you guys believe in the Loch Ness? There's a lot of theories on the Loch Ness. saw something that it might just be a whale penis. If you look at a whale penis, it looks just like that photo they have, that famous photo. Something online. Debunks the photo, the famous Loch Ness photo. You never know. I mean, I guess you choose to believe or you choose not to believe. I like to get lost in the fantasy of all that. Sasquatch, Loch Ness. Why not, right? What would you do if you saw a little Loch Ness peek out this morning? Looking out over the lake here, we saw something poke out. I'd be happy with a little fish jumping this morning. All we're getting is raindrops. Raindrops and fog. I guess we heard a few little birds singing. Warning. Birds warning each other. All right, let's keep it moving. We gotta get finished and back home. Get some eBay listings up this morning. I've got a few listings up this morning, but I've got plans to get some more inventory listed to my store. I'm trying to get back up to that 4,000 items on eBay again. I think my store was about 6,000 items when I sold it. And it's been slowly selling off. I've been inventorying everything, putting it in tubs, and it's back under 4,000 items now. That's my big store. I've got a smaller store as well, but the big store has about 3,800 items, and I'm trying to keep that thing stocked, get it back up to 4,000. That's kind of a cool tree right there. This rain is sprinkling pretty good. And they say to keep the camera out of the rain, so I might have to think about that. At least get some sort of covering for it. Sure, there's probably accessories online you could buy for it. Keep it protected. This is a nice little flat part of the trail. They did put a little gravel down on this side, it looks like. Give you guys a look at the lake as I walk. That fog is pretty thick. The sun is up, but it is covered with fog now. Look at that. It's coming in thick. See a little wildlife out there on the lake. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's a duck or something. A couple ducks. It's a couple ducks. It's not that Loch Ness. I think that's a duck. I don't know if you can see it right in the center of a frame there. Something slowly moving. There's two of them. Two little ducks, I think. This little head is switching back and forth. Maybe it's an alligator. No, it's a duck. Yeah, that's one thing nice about living in the Pacific Northwest. We don't have to worry about alligators, right? Not that I know of. I don't know if any of you have dealt with alligators, but they always seem kind of frightening to me. You know, my sister went to Louisiana and held one of those little baby alligators in a photo, which is pretty brave. I guess when they're small, you can't do too much harm, but even that seems a little daunting to me. It's kind of a cool little branch cluster right there. This old tree on the water's edge, you've probably seen a lot. There's a couple big ones right here on the water's edge as well. This is probably one of the bigger trees I've seen around the lake. Thing's got a nice large base, definitely a healthy one. He's got a little partner right next to him. He said, "Hey, you got a good spot. I got a spot. I'll take some of your nutrients and grow right from you." Part of you thinks you cut down some of these trees, you'd have a better view, but I don't think the Parks Department will go for that. Gotta keep them alive and living. So they feed the lake with nutrients as well, right? There's that little lake, that little log cluster that leads to the whole stack of logs over there by the sign. So we're pretty much around it. I'll zoom in on that so you can see it. Give you a close-up look at those logs from this angle. It's hard to see them from the sign there, but there's about maybe a dozen logs somebody moved over there. And then this big log kind of leading up to them. Water's flowing nice, you can hear it. So we did get a nice view of it before all this fog moved in, because I mean you can't see it at all anymore, but one benefit to getting out here early, get a look at the lake before the fog rolls in. Not much to see of it anymore. Nice mud puddle there. So we're gonna venture back down. I don't want to give you guys a bunch of footage of fog. I mean, you've seen a little fog, you've seen it all there. So here's that last little bridge. One more look at that flowing water. This is that little outlet. Not sure where it all goes to, but I'm sure it's going somewhere. Going down, down, down. That's what we're about to do. We're gonna round this corner and start our descent. There we go. It's a 1 mile hike. I was wondering about that. It is 1 mile all the way around Squires Lake Loop. So it's probably about a half mile up and then 1 mile around. It's just a quick one. Easy and quick. So we're gonna make our way down a little faster, get back to the car and get home, get this video posted for you guys, get you some content for this Friday morning. I know I did post an inventory video yesterday. Some Star Trek books went up on eBay. menschoice.info, that's my site, menschoice.info, not .com, .info. .com costs more money, so we went with the cheap route. I don't know if posting all my eBay inventory online is a good idea or not. If it's gonna lead to any more sales, there's theories about all that. I'm sure the more eyes you get on the store, the better the store does, but I don't really want to focus too much on eBay with this channel. I want to make it more about escaping that eBay life and getting out into nature and seeing some different things. I mean, if people want to hear about the eBay side of this, of my life, you can request that, and I can always post more reseller content. I'm gonna do some walks through local antique shops, which is kind of fun. See what's out there. I did a walk through a Bellingham's Penny Lane the other day. Went in there and they let me shoot video, no problem. So it was kind of fun. Showed off a lot of the little toys and sports memorabilia. They have a lot of cool little tin toys. That's one niche I know sells well online. I haven't sold any tin toys. I think I got a few over the years, but there's a market for them. The ones at Penny Lane are priced up pretty high, but if the sell-through rate is good, it's worth investing, you know. So, you know, if the tin toys have a good sell-through rate, you know, you post a bunch of them and they're gonna sell, it's probably worth putting some money into that type of inventory. But the barrier to entry is rather high, you know. You gotta have some capital if you want to get into playing that game. The clothing game is much cheaper, you know. You can buy a shirt at Goodwill for a couple bucks and sell it for 20, you know. Turn 2 into 20, that's kind of my business model on eBay. But I mean, folks do things differently, you know. You want to take out a loan and dump a bunch of money into antique toys, you know, it's probably a good move because the sell-through rate is better. The market is less saturated. There's only so many antique toys out there. And people are still wanting those toys. But, I mean, you can really invest in anything. I bought a storage unit with a ton of Star Trek memorabilia, and I've been working through that Star Trek stuff. Boxes and boxes of books, action figures I haven't yet posted. And all that stuff has decent sell-through rate. You just gotta put the work in to get it all listed and online, photographed, listed, photograph listed, you know. Get it all online and it's gonna sell. Yeah, eBay is definitely a grind if you do it full time. Gotta get away from that grind or you'll go crazy. So we're about 800 yards away from the trailhead. We're gonna finish up this hike and call it a morning, get back to the house and do some work. There's a few cars down there. Let's see. Got a little Jeep that's joined the show. Look, a little PT Cruiser or Chrysler something or other. So there's a few people waking up this morning, and I haven't seen anybody else on this trail yet though, so maybe they're just meeting folks at the trailhead. I know a lot of people meet up at these trailheads. It's important not to leave anything valuable in your car because they can often be targeted at the trailheads. So we're gonna get back to the vehicle and make sure that everything is safe and sound. I parked on the roadway instead of the main parking area, but hopefully things are safe and we'll be able to get home with no issues. I want to thank everybody for watching and ask you to consider subscribing if you want to see future content. Trying to get that subscriber count up. I got 7 new subscribers this week, which is great. I want to thank those folks for clicking that button for me, and encourage the rest of you guys to do that. They say you gotta keep asking, right? So there's my ask for the day. Click the subscribe button. We're gonna get a lot of nice fresh new content up on YouTube for you. And give you something new to look at every day. So if you want to join the journey to 4,000 watch hours, hit that subscribe button so you can keep up with what I'm posting. Okay, I'm approaching, the Jeep takes off, so what does that mean? Like, I'm out of here. Here comes that guy with the camera. We'll catch them as they go out. This is kind of a nice Jeep. Look at that beauty. Probably wondering why I'm photographing them. I do smell a little weed smell in the air. I don't know, I smelled that at Whatcom Falls hike too, so maybe slumped over, I don't know. She's doing alright or what? Maybe she's hiding. Hopefully she's doing alright. She's slumped over at the wheel. I don't know. Makes me kind of worried. Should I check on her or not? I don't know. She looked like she was slumped over at the wheel. I don't know, what do you guys think? Should I circle back? I think that's the same car that was sitting there when I came. You saw that Jeep take off. I don't know, what do you guys think? Should I head back and see what she's doing all right? She's been idling there for probably over 40 minutes. Well, the amount it's taken us to go around the lake. She's been sitting there. And she looked like she was slumped at the wheel. So I think I'm gonna walk back and make sure she's alright. I guess it doesn't hurt, right? I'll just make a quick walk back and see that there's no problems with anything. Guess I can be casual about it and take a peek in the car to make sure she's okay. We'll just walk in front and see if she's doing all right. So I'm parked down there. There was a Jeep here. Let's see what she's. It's a little maintenance crew that just showed up, so we'll see what he says.
Celebrations can last a couple of weeks with plenty of music, often fireworks, and food. So dumplings.
I was out here doing a little hike of the lake. I noticed this lady in this car over here. It's kind of slumped at the wheel. I don't know if she's alright. She was here when I got here.
Okay.
So I don't know.
In the PT Cruiser or
Yeah.
the red truck?
The car's mine.
Okay.
I went up, walked around it, and she's kind of slumped over the wheel. I walked around it a couple times,
All right.
and I just want to make sure maybe you could check on her. Yeah, I was gonna do that, but I saw you, so maybe you're better to go. Yeah. You're welcome. So that's the maintenance crew here. I let him know about it. He's gonna go up there and check it out. Kind of the older gentleman that's out here taking care of garbage and whatnot. So hopefully she's alright, I don't know. A little drama at the end of the hike here. Let's see what happens here. She's doing alright. Okay, he's got the thumbs up. Alright, we'll move on. So, good news, she's alright. A little drama at the end of the hike, so hopefully you guys are watching, give you a little excitement at the end of the hike there. So we're back to our car. Everything's safe. Lady's alright in her PT Cruiser there. Maybe she was just taking a nap, who knows. But we'll get in here. Looks like our car is safe and sound. Give you guys another look at me. Oh, let's get zoomed back out. Alright, I want to thank you guys again for watching. We made it to the end. Another successful hike around Squires Lake. Let's see how this camera get my good angle from the light here. Another successful trip around Squires Lake. It's about a mile around that lake, so you saw it early when we got there, the sunrise, and the fog rolled in, and you've seen it all. So thanks again for watching. We'll catch you on the next one. Bye.